Today we're going to make stuffed shells. We're going to use mozzarella, quesablanca, and ricotta. Okay, we're going to take the quesablanca and cut it in not too big chunks. That's hard. There we go, like this. I'm going to put it in my little blender. And we're going to pulse it. Okay, now we take this cheese out of my little blender here. And as you can see, this is the texture that I want. It's like little pearl noodles. We used to call them pearl noodles. Just little granules. And I'm going to make just a little bit more. So we'll stick this all back together. Put these few pieces back in. And I have to break them smaller. Just this little. Put the top back on. Pulse a few more times. And that's the amount I want. And that's the texture that I want. See, it's just nice. Okay. Okay, so we got our quesablanca done. Now we're going to do the mozzarella. So we're going to cut this and we're going to shred it like this. Okay, now we shredded the mozzarella. Isn't that pretty? I might add that all our cheeses are made here at the house. This is all goat cheese from our goats. You can buy all these cheeses in the store. This mozzarella you can buy already shredded. But we like to use all our goat milk and make goat cheese, and it's yummy. Put the Casablanca and the ricotta in a bowl. And then we're going to set this aside for a minute so we can put the shells in the boiling water and get them ready. It's boiling. I'm going to put in the giant shells and let them just parboil. Parboil. You just put them in boiling water just long enough to soften them up a little bit. You don't want them too soft or you won't be able to stuff them properly. So they're really kind of, this is what they look like. I don't know, here. See? They're just slightly cooked, but not cooked through. Butter and let them sit so they don't cook anymore. And then we'll get back to them and we'll get finished with the stuffing. Out the spinach because it's much, much too wet. And put it between paper towel. Spread it out like that. Get my other piece of paper towel. Lay it on top and start pressing. Look at all that water coming out of there. And it's really, really wet, so we're going to try just a little bit more. Look at that. I got another bowl here. Get as much moisture. We're not going to get it all out, but we get most of it out. Of course, if you use fresh spinach instead of canned or frozen, this won't happen. So maybe next time we'll use real fresh spinach. We got that much water, look at, out of it. That's it. Now unroll it. And put it back in the bowl. Put it back in this bowl. Okay. And now it's about, it's like this. Not quite as wet, but it's going to be a little bit wet, but that doesn't matter. It's all going to be delicious when you put it in with cheese. Mix the two cheeses together, Casablanca and ricotta. Now I'm going to add 1 egg. Got a pretty brown egg. And I'm going to mix the egg in. It gives it a little bit of, holds it together a little. Okay. Now see, now you got a nice mix there. Now to this, we're going to add the spinach. I'm going to take the spinach, this beautiful spinach. I'm going to add a little at a time. You get the amount that you want. Some people like a lot, some people like a little. Mix the spinach through with this. A little more. Okay. And that should be enough spinach. Now I drained the shells. You can see here, they're all ready to be stuffed. And what I'm going to use to stuff them is a little iced teaspoon. Anything bigger, I couldn't get in there. You have 2 choices when you put your stuffed shells in the dish. You can spray it with a olive oil spray, which a lot of people like to do. But I prefer to put a little bit of the sauce in the bottom of the pan. This keeps the shells from sticking. So we're going to just put a little bit in the bottom of the pan. Like that. Like that. There you go. So that's ready. Set that over there for a minute. Now we're going to take the shells and we're going to take this nice mix we have here. I'm going to place this inside the shells. And you see, a bigger spoon just won't work. You have to use a small spoon unless you're really great at this. You stuff it way down, even under that curl. You stuff some more on top, so it's like sitting there really neat. Then you take the shell and you sit it down in the sauce. There we go. So we have a few shells to do. The same way. We have the stuffed shells all ready. Now we're going to put on our sauce, and today I'm using a light tomato and basil by ragu. And we're just going to sprinkle this all over the top. Cover everybody up. Man, it smells good. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to take the shredded mozzarella. I'm going to place that on top. You put as much or as little as you want. I like lots of it, so we're going to use a lot of mozzarella. Getting in all the little nooks and crannies. Now it's ready to go in the oven, and it should go in the oven about 325, between 45 minutes and an hour. Just check it out yourself. It may even be less. It depends on your oven. Oh, look at that bubbling. Ah, does that look good or not? All those juices just a bubbling up. Okay, we're going to try some of these delicious stuffed shells. Good, good, good. Here's to your good health. Enjoy. We'll see you next week. Bye.